Hello, in this video, we're going to demonstrate how you can easily do a very simple bank reconciliation using the ProLedger software program. So let's just show you an example. Now, when you open the program, you're going to see all your entries, but I would recommend that when doing reconciliations, you just simply open up the date filter and just do them 1 month at a time, because your um, your statements are going to be monthly statements. So in that case, it would only make sense to just simply do 1 month and then change your filter to the next month and so on. So what I've done here is I'm going to start with January. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do one account at a time. So uh, there's not many entries, but you're going to get the idea very quickly how this works. So let's say you have a Visa bill. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose the account called Visa. And in this example, there's only 2 entries, but you'll get the idea, and you'll have probably maybe dozens of entries, but the idea is the same. And that you would just sort the entry by date by clicking on the date column, and that way the entries are going to be in the exact order that they are on your Visa statement, making it very easy to do the reconciliation. So now that you've filtered out the month and the account, you're ready to do your reconciliation. And then basically the idea is that you have a paper statement that came in the mail, or maybe you've downloaded it, and you want to compare what's on the bank statement with what you've done in the bookkeeping program, so that there's consistency. This way you can check that you haven't missed anything, and you can also make sure that what's on the Visa statement is accurate and you haven't been overcharged or double charged for your invoices. And typically when you're doing entries, most people will do the entries based on their paper statement or their slip that they get from the store or the merchant. And so this is how the entries are made in the bookkeeping program. But then when the Visa statements come in, it is a good practice to compare the two. Anyway, so how do you do it? Well, basically there's a rec column called for reconciliations. And when you have your paper statement, you just simply look and say, okay, did I have this accounting service fee on my Visa statement, and was it for this amount exactly, for the total of 105? If it was, then you would just go and choose the X, and you finished the reconciliation. That's it. And then the next one, oh yeah, I did an automotive repair and the bill came to 241, and that was on the 11th. So I'm going to see if that's on my Visa statement, and if it is, then I just check that off as well. And if you don't have a receipt, then of course this entry would have been done with no receipt as the status, but once you've reconciled it, then you would just simply choose the X. So once you've done that, your reconciliation for January for your Visa bill is done. And when you go to the report screen and you look down at the bottom, there's a reconciliation report, and it's going to be empty because you've finished. So if I go to February now, you can see, oh, I've got some unreconciled items here. Well, one in this case. So, and then I just go back and I can, for Visa, I'm going to do February and so on. So then once you've done your Visa statements, go to your checking account or whatever other accounts you have statements for and sort the date column and just go line by line, checking off each entry as you see it on your paper statement. That's how you do a reconciliation report. And then when you go down here, instead of seeing that there's 5 items that are unreconciled with that value, it's going to be blank. So hope that you find that helpful. Thanks for tuning in.